Hey everybody, I'm Ryan at 3Ribs Clinic, and I want to teach you some exercises to help you to strengthen your diaphragm. Okay, I've been teaching yoga for about 20 years. I'm also a personal trainer, and I am a chiropractic school graduate as of December of this year, 2021. I've helped over 8,000 people overcome back pain with a combination of massage and yoga instruction and exercise. And one thing that I have seen to be transformative, not just in helping people with their back pain, but transformative in their life, is to learn how to stand, how to breathe, and how to speak from the diaphragm. Okay, now a lot of people are breathing up here. I've even worked with a lot of professional athletes, and a lot of them don't breathe down here until they're getting tired. They start to get tired and they're losing their air, and then they start to, now it's dropping down to the diaphragm, right? But we want to train ourselves to be able to fill the belly. In the beginning, you have to actually stick your belly out, kind of like Santa Claus when you breathe in. It's really just a relaxation of the upper abdomen, and that'll help you to expand the ribs to the side. Like that. You should be able to feel here and feel your ribs expanding to the side by allowing your belly to fill up in the upper abdomen. Your diaphragm is flat like a frisbee coming along here, but it also has an upwards shape like a bell. And so when we relax into our belly, that allows that upwards bell shape to pull down as you breathe in. So it's going, and you can see how that pulls the ribs out. So those actions have to happen for proper diaphragmatic breathing. This relaxes down, this comes out to the sides. We want to go from bottom to top. This fills up last. Okay, so bottom to top, side to side, and front to back. Try that front to back action. Put the hand on your kidneys, hand on your diaphragm, and see if you can push that hand back. You see my hands going back now. Exhale all the breath out, and then try to breathe here to here. That's front to back. Another way to practice that is to lie down and breathe and try to press your back against the floor as you breathe in, not by pressing down, but by trying to fill up in the back of your lungs. Okay, now let's practice some ratios. Now, the heart of pranayama is switching up the breath in a way where you start to speed it up, you start to slow it down. And I'm going to use non-yogic terms here, okay? Because I'm sick of the gurus. No offense if you follow a guru, okay? I love you too. Anyways, what we're gonna do here is take all of that out, and we're gonna talk numbers. When you breathe in, you're stimulating your body. You can feel it. Breathe in fast. I'm awake. Okay, now breathe out really slow. It's calming you down. Okay, so you can feel that the breath in, it's stimulating. The exhale, it's relaxing, especially if you slow it down. So if you want to breathe in a way to wake yourself up more, you're going to focus on breathing some oxygen into your body with a lengthened inhale. Okay, now put your hands here. Let's do a 4-second breath in. Okay, like this. Now, if you were really frustrated, really stressed, you might squeeze your abdomen and exhale quickly like this. Okay, now breathe in. Press it out from here. A lot of people do that when they're frustrated. You hear them like a sigh. It's an energetic release. Now breathe in slow. Press it out. Try it through your nose. Expand and contract it. And breathe in. Now try to double time it like this. If you're not still expanding on the breath in, you have to slow down. You want to squeeze the belly to exhale, expand it to breathe in. Try it this. Sometimes it's easier to do it through puckered lips in the beginning and then later switch to the nose. If you can't get enough air through the nose, you're never going to get that biomechanic of doing it properly through the diaphragm. So try it through puckered lips like this. Get a big breath in, breathe in more, and then start from that full lung capacity and pump it like this. You're not expanding here on the breath in, slow it down like this. Get used to connecting to that biomechanic of expanding the belly on the inhale. You should let yourself get wide. And then squeeze the diaphragm, exhale. Now let's complete that by adding an ab workout to it. A lot of people, it's easier to do that when they're sitting up And it's easier to do it when they're lying down, but when you add a little bit of workout to it, it complicates things because they're controlling multiple parts of your body. To strengthen the diaphragm, we want to strengthen the abdominal muscles. So we want to tie these things together and do them at the same time. Okay, so lay on your back, one down, and let's just do a bracing of the core with that same breath pattern. So hands behind the back, lift your feet off the floor, put the shins parallel to the floor, lift your shoulder blades, lift your hips, and just brace from the core there. And take a big slow breath in. And trying to pump that breath at a nice steady rhythm. Don't make yourself dizzy. Find a pace. Pace yourself like a long distance run. Maybe it's like this. Snap my fingers on every exhale so you can hear the rhythm I'm doing. Now try to make the inhale as strong as the exhale. If you're not expanding on the breath in, slow it down. Deep breath in, relax. Let your equilibrium come. For a lot of you, you're upper chest breathers. And so when you start breathing into the whole lung capacity, you're gonna get really dizzy in the beginning. You just have to stick with it and let your brain acclimate to having more oxygen. Okay, really interesting thing is to wear a pulse oximeter that measures your O2 levels and see it go up as you do the breath work. Okay, you want to strengthen the diaphragm, you want to breathe from down here, you want to speak from down here, and you want to control your posture from your core, and that comes from breathing into the diaphragm, keeping the control with your core on every breath. Okay, now let's do another one. Lift up your hips, lift up your shoulders, deep breath in. And let's just call this the 1-to-1 breath. Inhale for 1 second. Exhale 1 second. Inhale, exhale. Now I'm just doing it loud so that it's obvious that you can hear me. You don't have to pump it that loud. You can just do it to where you can hear yourself, okay? And it through the nose if you can. Try to maintain the same pace like this. If you're really experienced and you've done this in different yogic practices, you might be doing it a little faster like this. Take a deep breath in if you're getting dizzy, big inhale. Breathe in a little more. Let's do 10 more seconds, just nice and slow if you're still learning how to do it. Maybe it's at this pace. Deep breath in, exhale and relax. Hands to the diaphragm. Let's do a few deep breaths. Just relax your head on the floor, hands right here. Try to inhale for 4 seconds and exhale for 4 seconds. We'll call it a 4-4 breath. Inhale, expand here. Count to 4 in your mind. Exhale, count to 4, contracting here. Just gently, let the velocity of the muscle tension do most of the work. Breathe in, count to 4. And breathe out, count to 4. Good, you should start feeling that balancing if you were feeling lightheaded. It takes a while to get used to having a full oxygen capacity. And if you really study how people breathe, most people are only using about 500 milliliters of oxygen capacity of their lungs. If you really maximize your breath, a forced expiratory volume, a forced inspiratory volume, you can get 10 times that. You can get up to 5,000 milliliters. Now, these are just rough numbers. There's great research on it. I can copy and paste some of it, but let's focus now on how to do it, okay? Just stretch up. It's the last thing for the day. 30 seconds here. Just reach up, deep breath in. Let's do a 1-to-1 breath like this. Through the nose if you can, deep breath in. And it'll look like this. I know it feels crazy at first. If you're already dizzy, take a little stretch to the side, a little stretch to the other side, but don't get distracted. Keep working on it, okay? Inhale and come back up and maintain. We got 30 more seconds. Keep going if you know what you're doing. If you're new to this, make sure you're doing it right. Expand on the breath in, contract on the breath out. Okay, keep it up, 15 more seconds. Expand in the belly, squeeze to exhale. Make the inhale stronger. Deep breath in, exhale, relax. Okay, good. That's it for today, but I just want to outline some of the common mistakes most people are making. Most people are only exhaling with force. They're going like this. Okay, that's because that's how you breathe when you exercise anyway. You're not breathing in when you exercise. You have to practice inhaling and expanding. When you fatigue because your cardio has reached its limits, it's because you're not giving your muscles enough oxygen. And when they don't have enough oxygen, they start making lactic acid instead of pyruvic acid. Pyruvate is a part of the citric acid cycle, how your body makes energy from sugar using oxygen. When you run out of oxygen, you start making lactic acid, and then you get sore and tired, and your muscles feel like they weigh 1,000 pounds. So train yourself to focus on the breath and expanding from here. That's the key that most people take years to learn if they don't practice enough. If you do this every day, you should be able to master that within a couple of weeks. Like that. Not just focus on that, okay? Next thing is expanding here, not just doing it up here. That's wrong. This is right. You should feel all this relaxing and dropping down the more that you do it, okay? And that's to teach you to breathe into the diaphragm all day, to control your posture from the diaphragm all day, and to use your core when you speak, when you stand, when you breathe all day. So that's why we do these things where we work the core and work the breath together, so that it becomes more automatic when you're running. Expanding here. When you're working out, bench pressing. Smooth and steady, not. No, that's all wrong. You got to keep it steady, control it from here. And even when you're lying down working on going to sleep, you should be breathing in here nice and steady. Long, slow exhale, because that's what calms your nervous system. A little pause in between the inhale and the exhale. If you're working on falling asleep, because that will slow your heart rate more. And then inhale slow. Pause a second or two. Exhale even longer than the amount of time that you breathe in. Pause for a second. And that's how you sleep. But still controlling on expanding from the diaphragm on the breath in, and contract the diaphragm on the exhale. All right, again, I'm Ryan from 3 Waves Clinic. That's just a few quick tips. This could be months and months of lessons. My typical way of teaching these exercises is a 3-month series where people come every weekend for 3 months. And by the end of that 3 months, you can see that they're starting to learn how to do these things properly. So if you're not doing it right on the first try, yeah, nobody expects you to. These are difficult to do in the beginning. You gotta practice every day to gain control of your diaphragm. And when you do, your voice is gonna go from sounding like this, like you're talking in your nose all the time and nobody can really hear you when you're at a big distance, and it'll start dropping down into your diaphragm where you start to sound like you are sure that you know what you're talking about, because the confidence comes from the core. All right, have a great day, you guys. Thanks for practicing. Keep up here, follow my channel, subscribe, and I'm gonna bring a lot more content to you guys this year now that I'm finally graduating from chiropractic school here in 2021. Have a great day.